Hello, hi people. Welcome to my channel again. My name is Liz if you're new here, and on this channel I do a lot of immigration channel stories, immigration processes, my journey from Uganda to America, and all these amazing stuff. I do lifestyle, I do DIY, I do so much. So browse through, you may find something that you like. So today we are bringing you a story of a young lady, a Ugandan lady that traveled from Uganda to the Arab countries. She was able to make money and then reinvest it back home. She was able to build her parents a house. So she brings us this story to inspire somebody out there who is stranded, who is stuck, and wants to start something, but they don't know where to start from. So she's called Dora, and she's going to be taking us through her journey of how she managed to spend 2 years in the Arab countries and came back to Uganda. And along within that time, she was able to build her parents a house. So let's bring on our guest today and let's begin the chat. So if you have any questions, please go ahead, pin them in the comment section. We shall get back to you, okay? So again, let me bring on our guest and we can begin the chat today. Okay, so welcome Dora, welcome to my channel. I'm so privileged to have you on my channel, and I've watched your story and followed you for about a year or two now. Like since you started, I was backstage watching what you were doing, and what inspired me to reach out to you actually was when you made a video about how you had managed to build your family a house and how you were able to stay in the UAE for 2 years, and that really caught my heart. So what's your story? Who is Dora, and when did you leave, and how did you leave to the UAE, and what inspired you to do it?
Hi everyone, my name is Dora. My YouTube channel is called Dear Dora. Please, thank you so much for hosting me and for always supporting my channel. I was in Saudi Arabia, not UAE. I know it confuses a lot of people because they are all Arab countries, but I was in Saudi Arabia, and my story is all about a young African woman struggling to make ends. I didn't finish my education as I had planned. I thought, after school, I'll get a good job and life will make its way out there. Unfortunately, things didn't happen like that. And currently, I would say the cheapest way for me to leave the country and make some good money was leaving the Arab country working as a housemaid. And what really inspired me was I had a lot of people in my life who had successful stories from there. People had gone and come back safe and fine. And I also risked it and went, and I want to be grateful to God. I came back very fine.
Good to know. So how and when did you leave? Like how did you leave? Can you take us how the process was for you?
I left in 2019, 2019, and I signed a contract of 2 years. So I worked in Saudi Arabia for 2 years. Basically, they are companies that the government of Uganda has approved to take Ugandans out there. So I made sure I look for a licensed company that you go and everything is okay. You go there, you pay some amount of money, they take care of the rest. They took care of my visa, my air ticket, my Interpol, my medical, probably everything. The company took care of everything, and I flew with the company to Saudi Arabia. Then my bosses just flew back.
Okay, and could you estimate about how much somebody needs in case they are planning to travel in the UAE or Dubai or wherever, like in those countries to work? Could you estimate about how much they would need to pay the company for them to give them to pay for the visa and everything for processing?
Um, it depends. It depends on the kind of company you are using. Currently, I'm hearing some people are being taken free of charge. All you need is a national ID and a passport. But personally, I use 500,000. That's what I paid there. I had my passport, I had my national ID. So it depends on the kind of company.
So did the 500 include the visa fees and the ticket?
No, your Arab bosses pay everything for you over here.
Okay.
So that money was just for medical, so that I leave the country when I don't need much medical attention.
Okay, that is understandable. So tell us, take us through, how did you feel when you landed? You said Dubai? Did you
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. When you landed in Saudi Arabia, how did you feel the difference in weather, food, culture, language? Take us through your culture shock experience.
It wasn't an exciting one because I knew what I had gotten myself into. I know where I was going and I knew what I was going to work at. It wasn't a really, really enjoying moment for me. I was scared. I was nervous. They were speaking a language I didn't understand. They were covering up their faces, something that was really very, very new to. It wasn't a nice way, but I just had to be strong because I had already made a decision. I had already signed the contract and I was already there. The culture shock was a really big one. I had to learn Arabic. I had to learn to cover my entire body. I had to learn eating rice every single day. I had to learn. It was a lot. It was a lot happening. That's what I can.
Wow. So explain to us how your typical day was, like what time you wake up and what chores you have to do or what activities you have to do until you go to bed.
Okay. As a housemaid, these were the rules that were in there. I was doing everything, the cleaning, taking care of the children in the house, everything apart from cooking. I wasn't cooking, but I did everything, washing clothes, ironing, the kitchen, the bedroom, every single house chore was on me. There was no off, so you were working every single day. But at the other side, sometimes I would wake up at around 8 in the morning if there was no school. And you can't really estimate that. You can't estimate when you are going to sleep because family life keeps on changing. You get visitors, sometimes they want to move out, so it's really dependent. But latest would be midnight and earliest would be 10 p.m.
Wow. And all that time you're not allowed to rest and take a break. So how about the weekends? Are you allowed to have like a weekday, like a 1 day off?
No, 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 no. Unfortunately, that off is already included in our contract. The contract says you will be given some amount of time for you to rest, but when you get there, they don't really respect that rule that is already signed in the contract. And we are left with no choice. You are living in someone's house, they are taking care of everything. And when you try to talk to the company, they tell you there is nothing much you can do. You either fly back home or you try to manage to do the work. So there's nothing like an off. That is for the life of the girls in Saudi Arabia and some other Arab countries.
Wow. And so do they cover your medical expenses in case of anything?
I would say I do not want to just say things. I would say it depends on the heart of your bosses. Yeah,
Okay.
some
So
people
it's
are
not in
really
it's
so
not in
good.
the contract.
It is there, but not everyone is going to follow the contract 100%. Some of them
Okay.
will tell you this get salary to take care of yourself. Some might take care of you, so it depends.
Okay. And so what kept you going after 1 year, after the other? So many people go and they don't find it possible for them to stay up for 1 year or even say 2 years. So for you, could you say you had good bosses or it was your determination and your willingness to just work?
being a housemaid is hard. That sometimes I wish, like, I'll just walk back home because it wasn't an easy job. But I had this determination in me. That is what I wanted. I said, let me do this, make this money, leave this country, leave this job, and see what life is going to bring. On the other hand, I would say I really had good bosses. Yeah. Because if you're to hear about the very many bad stories coming from there, they are the worst. They are the worst. So I would say they didn't make life for me so hard that I would terminate the contract. And I wouldn't say it was that comfortable. It was really hard. I believe it was a balanced situation of them being somehow good people and me being extra determined that I knew what I wanted. So I would put it
Right.
around. Yeah.
That is good to know. So, I saw a video of when you were talking about how you were able to build your parents a house and how you were able to move in. So, how did you do it? The fact that you are working away from home, did you send money back to your parents? Did you have a contractor? How did you do that?
I've been living with my parents ever since up to now, and before leaving, I told them what I want. So I told them even before I left, I told them I'm going to go and work for you. I don't want any excuses. I don't want anything. This is what we are doing. And I went, and I think from the very first salary, the very first one, they knew what Dora wanted. They knew why their daughter was out there in the Arab country. So they obeyed. They were really faithful with the money. They were very good people. So I kept on sending money to my parents, and my parents did the work. We kept on communicating, and they did really a good job. I didn't put any extra person. So many hands receiving money. It was risky. I just trusted two people that I've known all my life, and I love the result.
That is good to know and very inspiring for someone that could be watching and wants to travel in the Arab countries. And if you're scared, just like she said, it will not be easy, but it depends on your attitude towards life and towards the work. Because sometimes not all of us love what we do, but you do it because you need the money,
Yeah,
and because you're in a position where you want to make something, you don't want to go home and sit and not have food on the table. So because of that, it
yeah,
pushes us to work. So I love your resilience and your determination, because most people go, and because they find it not very comfortable, they say the weather and stuff like that, or it's too cold, then they want to go back home. And of course, then they miss out because you've already wasted money. And now you're
yeah,
coming back, and then you have all these. Of course, I'm not saying it depends on any person. It's a personal experience, but I love the fact that you hang on until you achieved your dream, which is a beautiful. So I'm sure your parents are proud of you. So what would you tell somebody that right now is watching and is planning to go to those Arab countries, make money, come back home and reinvest?
yeah. You know, I don't know what to tell anyone out there because mine was a personal experience. Some people have gotten much more than what I got. If you're from Uganda, you know the story of Sarah. She was working in Dubai. Her story so far is the best. However, there are people who have lost their lives out there. So it is more of a personal decision because I won't tell you it is all good out there and I won't tell you it is all bad out there. But the thing I want you to know is please go legally. Do not go anyone who's not under a company. Do not pass through different borders to dodge around Interpol, to dodge around medical examinations. Make sure you go under the law. Somehow, somewhere, it might protect you back. That is one advice I can tell you. And then the
Mhm.
other thing, don't go if you don't have a plan. You are going to suffer for nothing. If you have a plan, it's going to strengthen you every time you are weak. Make a plan. How long am I going to be in that country? How much journey do I want? When am I coming back home? It is free right now, and so many girls are being lured into just going. But I believe sit down and talk to yourself. Have enough courage. I wish you the best if you are planning to go out there.
Thank you so much. So briefly tell us what you do on your channel before we end the chat. What do you do on your channel? How can people find you? And of course, I'm going to link your channel in the description box and on the comment section so that people can find you and chat with you in case they have any questions regarding your experience in the Arab countries. And thank you so much for coming today. So tell us what you do and yeah, how people can find you.
Thank you so much. I started my YouTube channel when I was still in Saudi Arabia, so I was mainly talking about my journey, my life. There's so many questions that people wanted to answer. So for an entire year, I was making videos about my life in Saudi Arabia as a housemaid. And now that I'm back in Uganda, my home country, I'm making videos about my country, still more about my life, because so many people are finding it inspirational, and I just want to keep them stronger and stronger, because I was also getting strength from different people. So my channel just has everything: family content, the beauty of Uganda, and more about Ugandans or Black people working in the Arab country. You can get me via Dear Dora, Dear Dora, Dora, on every social media account. That is my username. My YouTube channel, Dear Dora.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate your time. It's been so hard because of the time difference. I'm in the US, you're in Uganda. The time difference is crazy. So I'm really glad that you're able to attend. You want to say hi to that? Okay, say hello.
Hello.
She's called Dora. Say hi, Dora.
Hi, Dora.
So
I
thank
like
you.
your hair.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to
Welcome.
end the chat. Thank you again for
Yeah.
coming. And guys, we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section. We shall get back to you. So thank you guys and bye-bye.